First of all, this video is not meant to scare you, it is meant to prepare you. Because 2026 is not going to be a normal year for the IT job market, be it India or outside. And pretending otherwise is the most dangerous thing that one could do. I've been speaking to a lot of engineers, managers, recruiters, founders across the regions, and the patterns are becoming very clear. So today, I want to share three things with you. One is, what is the IT job market going to look like in 2026 and maybe in next couple of years? Number two, what roles are most at the risk? And number three, most importantly, how you can build real resilience no matter where you are in your career journey. So this video is going to be for students, beginners, as well as experienced developers alike. So let's dive in. Over the last couple of years, companies talked a lot about AI potential. In 2026, the conversations are slightly shifting. Where is the profit? Where is the cost reduction? Where is the optimization? And that's why the layoffs are expected to accelerate and not disappear, and likely shifting. Not because companies are failing, not because companies are changing the roles, but because they are being forced to become leaner organizations, more efficient organizations. Many large tech companies, you name it, have their own targets set, or let's call it goals set. By 2026, my best guess is based on all the data available that around 25 to 30% of the code is expected to be written by AI. That does not mean developers will disappear. It actually means fewer people will be writing the basic code. There will be more pressure on each of the other roles and less tolerance for shallow contribution. So basically the bar is going up. And not just this, there are other dynamics that are going to be impacting how the IT job market is going to shape up in 2026. Starting January 2026, the US regulations are expected to require companies to pay $100K per year per H-1B visa holder. Now think about this, how this is going to impact. Many companies will offshore aggressively to sites like London, Dubai, Singapore, Eastern Europe, and obviously sites like India. Or they are going to be automating more roles instead of hiring. So this does not only affect visa holders, it also affects the entire global job market. The market will clearly split into like two major groups, as we can see. One is the problem solvers, the people who understand systems, trade-offs, and the business impact. And the second group is going to be the generic coders, people who mostly rely on AI or the templates or the generic code. One group will stay in demand, the other will struggle. Let's talk about where the pressure is really building. And this is not about fear, this is about understanding how the market is shifting. The hardest hit group will be the entry-level roles. And not just because the juniors are not capable, but because they are no longer competing only with the other juniors. They are competing with seniors using AI to move faster. They are competing with offshore teams that are cheaper, and the AI itself that is handling the basic tasks. What used to be learning work is now getting automated. This does not mean juniors have no future. It means the bar for the entry is now much higher compared to what it used to be maybe 2 to 3 years back. The demand is quietly shifting away from the roles that are more focused on basic QA work, software troubleshooting, routine project management, as AI can handle monitoring, reporting, coordination, and pattern detection very, very easily. So these roles are shrinking and work is not disappearing. It is being absorbed into smaller systems and fewer people. So year 2026 and next couple of years would not punish the effort. It will punish the low leverage work. The safest roles will belong to people who think beyond tasks, explain why, not just how, own outcomes, not just tickets. And this is not about panic. It is about upgrading how you create value. Here is a practical exercise for you. Identify 3 most repetitive things that you do every day, every week, at your work or at home. Then build prompts, create small AI workflows, use simple agents to get that automated. And this is how you can free your time for thinking, learning, and high impact work. If AI is going to replace tasks, let it replace your boring ones first. Stop saying I worked on X. Start showing I reduced task time by 50% using AI workflows. I improved system reliability by redesigning X using AI. I helped cut costs by Y using AI workflow. Impact beats effort. Stop learning like a student. Student memorizes, professionals solve real world problems. Instead of asking what course should I take, ask what problems does this tool solve? Where would I actually use it? How am I going to use it? And here is an example. Don't learn cloud computing. Learn why companies need it, when it helps, and when it is an overkill. You do not need to learn everything. You do not need to know everything. What you really need is to know the core concepts, common failure points, and real world use cases. And you can apply this template to just about everything. And here is an example. In system design, knowing why databases fail matters more than memorizing the architectures. The fastest way to learn is to explain. Write a short LinkedIn post, explain a concept to a junior, record a 2-minute video of yourself, even if no one is watching. If you cannot explain it simply, you don't understand it yet. Reading without building creates fake confidence. Always pair learning with maybe creating a small demo, a script, a side project, or a simple experiment. This is hard for experienced professionals. And the moment you start saying, I do not know this yet, you start falling behind. Strong professionals stay beginners by choice. If learning something new makes you anxious instead of curious, you do not need more intelligence. You need a better learning process. Future belongs to polymaths, developers who understand business. A polymath is not someone who knows everything. A polymath is someone who can connect ideas across fields, translate between domains, and can see patterns that others are missing. AI is excellent at narrow tasks. What AI struggles with is context, judgment, trade-offs, ethics, human impact. And polymaths sit exactly where AI is weakest. Polymathy starts with depth, not chaos. You must have one primary skill, say engineering, data, security, product. Depth gives you credibility. Without it, you are just scattered. Do not jump randomly. Choose skills that sit next to your core. Examples, if you are a developer, start acquiring skills around product thinking. If you are an engineer, start acquiring skills around cloud and cost optimization in cloud. If you are a data professional, start acquiring skills around business metrics. If you are a QA, start acquiring skills around automation with analytics. And let's understand this. This is very important. You do not need to do their job. You need to understand their priorities. You need to speak their language. You need to anticipate their constraints. The biggest opportunity lives between the domains. Tech plus business, AI plus healthcare, security with compliance, engineering with customer experience. If you can operate in the overlap, you become rare. So build informed opinions. This approach is risky because this solution won't scale because of what? This is good technically, but bad for users XYZ. And let's take some real world examples. A developer who understands finance, that's a fintech leadership. A doctor who understands AI, that's a healthcare innovation. A marketer who codes, that's a growth engineering. An engineer who understands people, that's a strong tech leader. And here is a test for you. If you can explain technical decisions in business terms and business goals in technical terms, you are already becoming a polymath. All right, so 2026 and maybe next couple of years are not going to be easy. But it will reward people who are curious, adaptable, grounded, willing to evolve. This is not about panic. It is about preparation. The wave is coming. No one can stop it, but you can learn to ride it.